Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1931, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. The penny farthing was an early form of which two-wheeled vehicle? Bicycle. Which singer won the Academy Award for Best Original Song for the 1971 film Shaft? Isaac Hayes. Which U.S. television fantasy drama series is set in the fictional Seven Kingdoms of Westeros? Game of Thrones. Which country's national flag shows a copper-yellow map of the country on a white field, representing its large copper deposits, with two olive branches beneath, to symbolize peace? Cyprus. Which U.S. gymnast famously completed a vault on an injured ankle at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics to clinch the team gold? Carrie Strug, a member of the U.S. Magnificent Seven, she landed a vault scored 9.712 that helped secure the team gold. In which century was the Kingdom of Great Britain formed? Answer: 18th century, 1707. While working at DuPont, Earl Tupper developed what popular line of plastic food storage containers? Tupperware. In which mountain range are the peaks formerly known as Mount Communism, now Ismoil Simoni Peak and Lenin Peak, located? Pamir Mountains. Which American author wrote the series of novels featuring the Camel Club? David Baldacci. Braeburn, Jazz, Gala, and Fuji are varieties of what fruit? Apple. If you suffer from diplopia, what do you have? Double vision. Which planet, nicknamed the Blue Planet because of its abundant surface water, is the fifth largest in our solar system? Earth. Who first synthesized nitroglycerin, the explosive compound later used by Alfred Nobel to develop dynamite? Ascanio Sobrero. Which king was married to the biblical queen Jezebel? Ahab. Which Hindu deity, known as the Lord of Obstacles and depicted with an elephant head, is one of the most widely worshipped gods in India? In 2012, the Austrian Mint issued a 5-coin gold series to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the birth of which artist? Answer: Gustav Klimt. Which author is renowned for heartwarming tales of veterinary life in the Yorkshire Dales that were adapted into a popular television series? James Herriot. In Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass, which pair of characters are identical in appearance and famous for their playful arguments? Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Which mountain range is known for its ethereal blue haze that often blankets its peaks? Great Smoky Mountains. Who famously stated, "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life." Samuel Johnson. From which bridge can you see Treasure Island, Angel Island, and Alcatraz? Golden Gate Bridge. What is the band or sheet of connective tissue under the skin, primarily made of collagen, that stabilizes and supports organs and muscles? Fascia. Which small South Atlantic island was named for the Christian feast day on which Portuguese navigator Afonso de Albuquerque discovered it in 1503? Ascension Island. What bird is sometimes called the goat sucker? Nightjar. What was Zola Budd best known for? Answer: a middle and long distance runner, famously known for often running barefoot. Which playwright, best known for the absurdist play Waiting for Godot, is often associated with existential themes? Samuel Beckett. Which meteor shower peaks each year around August 12th? Perseids. Moonwort and satin pod are alternative common names for which flowering plant? Honesty, Lunaria annua. In the U.S., what cooking utensil is commonly called a skillet? Frying pan. Which Marvel superhero wields the magical hammer Mjolnir, granting him the power to control thunder and lightning? Thor. Avianca is the national airline of which country? Colombia. Which strait separates Morocco and Spain? Strait of Gibraltar. What social system in India historically divided people into hierarchical groups based on occupation and social status? The caste system. Which fruit gave its name to a color? Orange. What flavor is the 80-proof liqueur Grand Marnier used in cocktails such as the B52? Orange. Which word, often used to describe a cave dweller, derives from the Greek for one who lives in a hole? Troglodyte. In dairy processing, what does the abbreviation UHT stand for? Ultra-high temperature. Which San Francisco Giants Hall of Famer wrote the autobiography titled Say Hey? Willie Mays. After China and India, which African country is the world's largest tea producer? Kenya. In which Charles Dickens novel does the character James Steerforth play a significant role in the protagonist's life? Answer: David Copperfield. Which American polymath, inventor of the Franklin stove, is often called the father of the stove? Benjamin Franklin. What city is the capital and largest, most populous city of Puerto Rico and is the second oldest European established city in the Americas? San Juan. What is Singapore's national animal? Lion. Which author wrote the novel From Here to Eternity, set in an army barracks in Hawaii on the eve of America's entry into World War II, that explores themes of love, duty, and sacrifice? James Jones. Which Beatle is pictured holding a trumpet on the cover of Saget Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? Ringo Starr. What does the Japanese word sayonara mean in English? Goodbye. Which card game requires players to meld sets of 3 or more cards, either groups of the same rank or sequences in the same suit? Rummy. Which Charles Dickens character was born with a caul over his head? David Copperfield. In Paul McCartney's song Here Today, who is he remembering? John Lennon. What number when cubed equals 64? 4. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.